Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Patriot Prime. I am an avid Transformer collector and a U.S. Army combat veteran who proudly served this great nation during Operation Iraqi Freedom from November 2003 through February 2005. I've been a fan of the Transformers since I first picked up issue number 3 of the original Marvel Comics series. The nickname Patriot Prime was given to me at Sharticon 2013 thanks to a large Optimus Prime carrying an American flag tattoo that I have on my arm. Within my channel, you'll see reviews of classic G1 figures, Toy Hacks Repro Label stickers, modern figures, various challenges, fun videos with my son, and anything else that I may feel worthy of putting in front of my camera. If you're new to the channel, thanks for checking me out, and if you like what you see, please click that subscribe button and that bell to get notified of new uploads. So welcome to Patriot Prime Review. Titans Return Overlord is finally hitting the shelves, but this review is not about him. This review is about the awesome Shockwave Lab upgrade kits that enhance this figure to even greater potential. Welcome to the very first video review of Patriot Prime. And with that, Patriot Prime Reviews was born. Hey, what's going on, guys? Patriot Prime here, and welcome to my 1-year anniversary year in review video. It's hard to believe it's been a year already. I mean, I started this October 4th of 2017, and here we are today going even stronger than ever. I mean, stronger than I imagined. As I mentioned in some of my videos prior, some of the challenges I've done, Patriot Prime Reviews actually started off, it was going to be a Twitch channel. The last job I had, I worked security at a upscale resort and casino, and I worked the night shift with a bunch of prior law enforcement and military guys. And since we worked night shifts, we were all avid gamers. And one of my friends, known as Baldy McAwesome, on Twitch now, was really trying to get us all to create Twitch channels. And he kept being after me. He says, man, with your personality, you could really make it with Twitch. So I told him, I said, I don't play games enough. I'm not online long enough, I think, that anybody would develop an interest in what I was doing. So he said, well, you don't have to just do video games, do something else you like, do a YouTube channel, talk about Transformers or something. And boom, the idea hit me. Now, Patriot Prime Reviews took a while to come up with. I didn't have really a name or a clear objective. I was one of these guys that I constantly watched different YouTube videos. I mean, I was avid fans of MGO, Optibotimus, the Collector 75, watched these guys all the time. I really didn't know where to begin because I know I was just going to be a little fish in a very big pond of Transformer reviewers, and I needed a gimmick, something to make myself stand out. So the first thing I did was research different Transformer videos and try to figure out what I was going to review first. And I had just ordered the Titans Return Overlord. And while waiting on him to be delivered to me, I saw online the Shockwave Lab upgrades, the Shockwave Lab upgrade sets that were on eBay. So I started doing some YouTube research and noticed no one had done a video review on those items. So boom, there was my idea for the first video. I said, that's what I'm going to review first, since nobody else has touched it. Then the next part was coming up with the name. The first name of the channel was going to be Action Figure 73's Transformer Reviews. Yeah, that was a mouthful. Action Figure 73 was my username, my gamer tag that I've been using since whatever the first online game system was I have, at least since 2004, because I remember using Action Figure 73 in Iraq. So I thought, I'll do that, Action Figure 73's Transformer Reviews. So I came up with different designs, different logos, everything around Action Figure 73, or AF73 as I was going to call it. But for some reason that just wasn't working for me. And then I got into a Facebook conversation with a friend of mine I met at Sharticon in 2013, and he always calls me Patriot Prime. And I thought, boom, Patriot Prime Reviews. So I took my MPO1, stuck an American flag in him, took a picture, and here we are today, Patriot Prime Reviews. I decided also with my gimmick I would also always wear an Operation Iraqi Freedom hat, and there we are here today. So there's your not so brief history of the channel. Now I've got some notes here. I've been working on this year in review for a while, so I'm going to kind of go over my year, and then I have some questions that were asked I'm going to answer, and then we're going to do the drawing to see who wins this Overlord here. So let's start off. Like I said, I started off in October and I did 9 videos. I did Overlord, or the Shockwave Lab upgrade kits. I did the Grotesque, Amazon exclusive, wasn't Amazon exclusive, the special edition Grotesque. I did the Sharpshooter Collectibles Mega Sub and a couple G1 figures. And I did that pretty much October through November. And then I just kind of fizzled out. I mean, I wasn't getting many views. I wasn't getting many comments. I thought, okay, this thing's dead in the water. So a couple months go by, and then around the end of January, I noticed that my Overlord video, the Shockwave Labs upgrade kit video, had over 2,500 viewers. And I had a buddy of mine ask, when are you going to start reviewing again? I really enjoyed your reviews. So January 30th, I kicked it off with, let's try this again. So January 30th, I did a Megatron review, and that review sparked a request from a viewer that says, hey, your collection behind you looks awesome. I'd love to see the whole thing. So I did a collection video. Then February is really when it took off. I reached 100 subscribers. To fill up the channel, I added some of my videos from Iraq in a separate playlist. I made my first top 10 list, which was actually a pretty big hit. I did the top 10 worst G1 cartoon to toy comparisons. For example, you have Ratchet, the animated version, versus Ratchet the toy. Remember how much it sucked when you were used to watching the cartoon and then get the toy in hand. So I did a thing on that, which was very popular. I also decided to start reviewing repro label sets. I'm a huge fan of repro labels. Most of my collection is covered in repro labels. I do not get paid by repro labels. I just enjoy sharing the enhancements that those stickers do for the figures. So I started doing that in February. And I got trolled by my first SJW. I don't know which video it was, but somebody decided to make the comment about my name, Patriot Prime, about how patriotism and nationalism lead to the downfall of society or something like that. I deleted the comment. I don't want politics on my channel. I can't stand SJWs. They're the scourge of humanity as far as I'm concerned. But I'm here to talk about Transformers. I'm here to have fun. I don't need it on my page. So I deleted the comment to avoid any backlash or avoid any trolling, and haven't been SJW'd since, so hooah on that. March, I was nominated in my first tag challenge, so I did that. Started reviewing third-party add-ons from companies like Non-F Productions. The Collector 75, who I'd followed for years, subbed me. So I was pretty excited about that. I mean, he was one of the guys when I was first got into collecting G1, I always watched his videos, so I thought that was a pretty big deal to be subscribed by the Collector 75. So, Graham, thank you for that. You gave me an honor. I appreciate it. Let's see. In April, I created my own challenge called the POTP Challenge, kind of taking on the acronym of Power of the Primes. But I called it the Polished Old Turd Plastic Challenge, where you took a terrible toy and you had to give it a glowing review up until the very end where you explained what the challenge was. That was actually a pretty big hit. I know a lot of people did that one. I did my first and only movie trailer review for the film The Meg. I've been a big fan of the Meg series since I think came out in 1995. So I thought, what the hell, let's try a movie trailer. Let's see, in May I went nuts. I decided to do a theme for the month, and I did Micromasters Month. I ended up doing 28 reviews that month to keep up with the theme and try to get every one of the Micromasters that I own in front of the camera. Also, during those 28 Micromaster reviews, I did 3 unboxings and 1 challenge. So I wore myself out in May. But the big thing in May was my collection, you see behind you, was featured during the end credits of the Toys That Made Us as Transformers episodes. As one of my buddies said, I'm now a part of Transformers lore. So that was awesome. In June, the lighting on this thing just keeps shifting. In June, I hit my 100th video, but other than that, really didn't do too much. I kind of took the month of June off after wearing myself thin in May with Micromasters Month. July, I did my first Masterpiece figure review, or knockoff Masterpiece figure review with the Infinite Transformation Emperor of Destruction Megatron. Let's see, that's about it in July. In August, I reached 500 subscribers. Started doing the Amazon exclusives. Then I hit, man, this lighting. Sorry, guys. Usually I work it around and edit this out. There we are. So where was I? August, 500 subs, Amazon exclusive. I did my very first movie review. I went and saw The Meg on opening night, ran right back home and did a review on the movie. Very good. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Highly recommended. Nothing like the book, though. The book was really, really gory. This was not, but still entertaining. September, I branched out with some other videos. I showed some repairs. I grabbed some Dollar Tree bots and did a review on those. Getting my son involved with some videos. He likes to come in a lot while I'm doing this. Fortunately, it's 9:43 at night, so he's asleep while I'm doing this right now. But he wanted to get involved, so he's done a couple videos with me, and he even did his own review. Really cute. Check that out. Excuse me. Who else got one of those? Walmart about 3 years ago. So that leads us up to now. So here we are. 1 year later, I am currently sitting at 626 subscribers. So thank you all very much for that. If it wasn't for you guys subbing and commenting, I really wouldn't be doing this. So now, let's get to some questions that was asked by some of my subscribers. I went on Facebook and mentioned the fact I was making a year in review video and asked from some of my friends and fellow YouTubers to submit some questions. I'd pick out some of the best ones and I'd ask during my video. So here we are. Chris from Generation 1 Red Alert asks, what was the hardest figure for you to track down? It wasn't as much figures as it was parts. And I think the part that took me the absolute longest to track down was this little damn gun for the Pretender Monster Ice Pick. I pieced my Monstructor together from various robots and various places, just determined not to pay $400 for a mint one. Actually got him all complete except for that gun, and Ice Pick's gun took me almost a year to find. I actually lucked out one night during one of my insomnia-fueled eBay shopping sprees where I found somebody selling a complete Ice Pick for $30, including the gun. I bought Ice Pick, kept the extra bot and the gun, and sold the shell and backplate, I think, for $35. So I made some money back and completed mine. And I figured if I was going to hunt down that gun for so long, I bought some extra figures to display the weapons with. The next question is from Lalo Baraccio. Man, I hope I didn't screw your name up. He asked, which has been your favorite to review and how many have you collected over the years? My favorite figure so far to review is the Infinite Transformation KO Megatron. Not only is this a fantastic figure, a fun figure, but he was a challenge to review. Up until this guy, all I reviewed was Generation 1 Transformers. So it's a hell of a difference when you're reviewing a figure you have 30-some years of knowledge on compared to one where you have 3 days. So this has been my favorite figure to review. It's been my longest review, and it took me the most because I was learning this figure as I was reviewing. So that was this guy right here. Now the second part of his question asks, how many have you collected over the years? I have been a Transformers collector since 1984. So I had a lot of bots from back in the day. After I graduated high school, though, and moved out on my own, I traded my entire collection for a Super Nintendo. You know, what are you going to do? Really got into collecting again during the Beast Wars era. When I was working at a Kmart, Beast Wars was coming out, and I saw the Beast Wars Megatron. And I thought, that's a pretty cool figure, but here I was in my late 20s at the time. I thought, how am I going to get away with buying figures? I mean, this collecting action figures wasn't cool then, and I remember so many times going through the aisles buying these toys, say, yeah, I'm getting this for my brother or getting this for my nephew, so on and so forth. So Beast Wars is what got me back into it, and I have collected every line of Transformers ever since. But granted, I've bought and sold over the years, so if I had kept everything I ever bought, this room, this would be something else. But I did do a count for you. As of right now, I have 737 figures. Next up is Tony, my buddy Tony from Toast N Toyz. Check their channel out. They are they are hilarious. They get drunk while talking about toys and video, so it's awesome. But Tony asks, which G1 toy do you despise the most? That's actually, I'm going to have to go. I thought I was going to do two, but I'm going to have to go with Wheelie. I hate how he looks in robot mode. He is the only Transformer in my whole display that I display in vehicle mode because I cannot stand how he looks in robot mode. So, Tony, there you go. It's this little POTP right here. Next up, Peyton Fisher asks, what is your holy grail Transformer? This is a two-parter as well. As far as Generation 1 is concerned, that would be my complete and unbroken GPS-free Monstructor that I spoke about just a while ago. Beautiful figure and very proud of this. I actually am scared holding him right now, so I'm going to put him back on the shelf. But as far as G1, that is my holy grail. Now, my other holy grail is the Land Shark from Sharkticon 2013. My very first Transformers convention, and I had to get the exclusive figure. If I remember correctly, they only made 75 of these guys, and I happened to get one, so right there. Next up, Rudy from Rudy Zissou's, once again, I hope I didn't butcher that name, Rudy Zissou's Science Fantasy Experience asks, is there a particular character that you want to see made into a toy that hasn't been made yet? I have always wanted, since back in the day, a G1 Marvel comic style Thunderwing. I loved Thunderwing in the Marvel comics. I end up getting his Generation 1 figure. It's one of my favorite Pretenders, but it doesn't look anything like he did in the comics. Generations came out with a Thunderwing a few years ago, but it was that IDW pumpkin jack-o'-lantern face looking Thunderwing. So it was all right. Voyager, or not Voyager class, it was a deluxe, a deluxe size, but it just wasn't the Marvel style I wanted. Then the Titans Return come out with a Thunderwing head, which was still the IDW style. Toy Hacks made a great set where you could take that head combined with the Last Night Nitro Zeus and make a movie style Thunderwing, but it still wasn't a Thunderwing I wanted. So Rudy, I want a G1 Marvel Thunderwing. Next up, Richard from Bisto Yeti asks, if you could put one modern character into G1, which one would it be? I'm going to have to say the movie-verse, Bayverse Barricade. Bayverse movies, 80% of them, 80% of the entire series sucked. They had some good parts. Barricade was one of those good parts. Granted, we had Barricade in G1. He was a little teeny tiny blue Micromaster. Nothing like the evil police car portrayed in the films. I think if he was in G1 as an evil police car, maybe a black repaint of Prowl, but I think that as a character, he would be awesome in Generation 1. Next up is Matthew from Mateo Potato, and he asks, what's the inspiration for you when you begin a review? What makes you pick that figure? It's a bunch of different things. Back when I was first doing my reviews, I would do an intro, then I would talk about a figure, and then I would do a musical intro, second intro, kind of going over the figure. Like if I did a Thunderwing review, I'd do AC/DC, Thunderstruck, so on and so forth. Back then, sometimes it was like if I heard a song on the radio and I thought, aha, that song would work great for such and such figure. And then other times I'd be like, hey, I'm short on time, because I love adding the history of a figure into a video. If I just want to do a very short video, I grab a figure that doesn't have much history to him. With others, it just depends. Sometimes I'll just look around and say, hey, I haven't done that guy yet, or sometimes it's viewer requests. Right now, I'm pretty much covering all the Pretenders. Actually, a lot of the latter era G1 is what I've been covering, because not many people have done those, and the figures are just not that well known, and I'm just kind of enjoying showing others these latter year figures. So it just depends, Matt, whatever strikes me. I mean, for example, when I did the Beast Box and Squawk Talk, I heard Beastie Boys on the radio, and that gave me my idea for that Jersey guy I did. So it just depends. It just comes to me. There it is. It's in my dreams, brother. Next up is, and the last question, which is a good one. Brian from TF Fan Page 101 asks, giant robots who can let me try this again. Giant robots who can be anything is a cool concept. But beyond that, what do you think has kept your interest in Transformers for so long? For me, it's always been the stories. When I was growing up, I didn't have access to cable TV. I didn't get to see the cartoons on a daily basis like a lot of you did. My Transformers was Marvel Comics. My stories was Marvel Comics. They did a great job writing those. Bob Budiansky, Simon Furman, everybody who contributed to that comic series did a fantastic job. Really made these characters stand out. I mean, what was just a toy sitting on the shelf was fleshed out so much in those comics. You wanted to buy the figure. You wanted to keep up with what was going on. So back in the day, I loved those stories. Of course, once you saw them on the cartoons were great. The animated movie come out, which blew everybody away back in the day, especially with all your favorite figures getting whacked. And I remember, of course, in the 80s, you become a teenager, Transformers fall to the side. I stuck with the comic until it ended. I think it was in '91. So I did that all the way through high school, but then girls, man, it was getting a job. It was moving out of the house. Transformers just wasn't high up on the radar. I remember Generation 2 comic came out, just really didn't get into that at the time. And like I said, I really didn't get back into it until Beast Wars. And then I think it was after 9/11, and I was on duty at one of our local National Guard armories, where I think I got what was the name of that magazine? It was a comic book magazine back in the day. Comic Vine, Comic World, the people that did Toy Fair put it out. When they announced that Dreamwave was bringing back Generation 1, really re-sparked my interest in the Transformers. So I was getting those Generation 1 comics that they were redoing. Once I got deployed to Iraq, I did a lot of ordering from Amazon.com because they would ship for free to us overseas, and I was ordering the comic trade paperbacks. The Transformers old Generation 1 shows was coming back on TV, or on DVD. Beast Wars was now out on DVD. I watched so many Transformer DVDs when I was in Iraq. It was unreal. That really sparked my interest, wanted to get back into collecting. Not to mention, when I was overseas, I met a lot of soldiers who were collectors too. So, you know, it just wasn't that I'm a closet collector, don't want anybody to know. When you're in the PX, or excuse me, when you're in the mail trailer getting your mail and you're opening up these brand new Transformer DVDs, the guy's like, oh, Transformers, I used to watch it all the time. You bonded. You realized collecting's cool, Transformers are cool, which leads me into another thing that keeps me interested in the Transformers, is the fandom. I love the fandom. Now, it can get a little toxic at times, but everybody comes together as a group, you know, and I've really enjoyed it. I've met so many cool people through Transformers, whether it be on Facebook, whether it be on YouTube, and I've met people from all walks of life. I mean, it just blows my mind how many people are into this thing. When, you know, when I'm a collector here in rural West Virginia, and I know for a fact I'm the only one in my area that collects, but when you go to conventions, you meet people on Facebook, and you see so many people that are into the same thing, it just forms a bond. Never in my life would I've realized, here it is 34 years later, and I'm still collecting these guys. So, Brian, that's it. There's so much that keeps me interested and keeps me going into Transformers, and not to mention the awesome new toy technology that really brings life to some of my favorite old characters. So guys, that's it for the questions. I'm pretty much going to wrap this video up. It went a little longer than I anticipated. I'm hoping to bring a lot of new things for you in the upcoming year. One of the things I'm working on is a Jetfire rebuild. So I'm actually doing videos on rebuilding this Jetfire. I actually did a re-whitening video over the weekend. He turned out pretty good, pretty white. I got some pieces and parts coming in for him. So I'm kind of videoing step by step how I'm rebuilding that Jetfire. I'm hoping to bring out more Generation 1 reviews, and, you know, just going to keep on being me. So guys, now let's go ahead and do that drawing for this Generation 1 Overlord. The rules were, it was on my punch counterpunch video I did last week. You had to watch that video, comment on that video, and the comment had to be, Hooah! I need that Overlord. And that puts you in the running for the raffle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this camera, turn off, flip it around so you can see my computer screens, and we're going to draw that winner. Okay guys, we are getting ready for the raffle drawing. Now how this works is I've got both of my monitors up. My YouTube video with Punch Counterpunch is right here. You'll see that on monitor number 2. Over here on monitor number 1 is commentpicker.com for YouTube comments. What it does, you put the URL from this video onto this screen. It filters out the comments, and it's going to, come on man, there we go. It's going to pick a winner. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Let's go up here. We'll select the URL, copy, bring it over here. Let's hope it stays in focus. And we're going to enter, paste it right there. and search. So what we're going to see is the amount of unique, man, I cannot talk tonight. The amount of unique commenters is 41. Now keep in mind, some people commented just on the video. They didn't do the Hooah, I need this overlord. Rules are going to be when I hit start, it has to be a comment that says Hooah, I need that overlord. And they have to be a subscriber, but I went ahead and checked everybody who commented. They are subscribers, so thanks for following the rules. So let's go ahead and pick our winner of Overlord. Go ahead down here, hit start, and here we go. No whammies, stop. Winner, Spring Artist 345. Hooah, I need that Overlord. I actually was never able to find him, so this is my best bet. Hell yes. So excellent. Somebody really, really wanted one. Spring Artist 345, contact me. Let's get that Overlord to you. Spring Artist 345, congratulations. This guy, I believe, is going to a good home. So thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. The rest of you, thank you for subscribing as well. Thanks for watching. I wouldn't be doing this without you. I appreciate everything, guys, and thanks for putting up with this very, very long video tonight. You guys have a great evening, and I'll see you in my next review. This is Patriot Prime, signing out. Hooah! Hey, I really appreciate you guys stopping by my channel. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out some of my other videos that I've done on Generation 1 Transformers, Modern Era Transformers, and Toy Hacks Repro Label sets. Once again, this is Patriot Prime. Hooah!